Ato Chakwish Lashmamo, Ben Barnes, Nitetsito, Noki, Kita Yokopi, Okma Sawanoki. My name is Ben Barnes. I am chief of the Shawnee tribe. There's a parcel of land inside the city limits of Shawnee, Kansas, and it's a cemetery. And inside the cemetery are the family members of Shawnee people.
It means a lot because we still have several of those people that are buried there. Their descendants are here. Hello, my name is Roy Baldridge. I am currently a second chief of the Shawnee tribe.
So we sought conveyance of that land as it made sense that the Shawnee people will be the ones to take care of our people.
People might call them cemeteries, but to Native Americans, we call them sacred sites. And this is one of our sacred sites that we have here in Kansas. And so I support the transfer to give this sacred site back to the tribe.
Transfer of the cemetery to the tribe will help to ensure continued preservation of our shared history. The tribes that were here before us, the present-day Shawnee community, and the state of Kansas. House Bill 405 returns ownership of the cemetery to its rightful people.
I'm from the Ponca tribe and the Thon-Otham Nation from Arizona, but I have a grandfather that is buried at Haskell Indian Nations University. And back then, he was taken, forcefully removed from his home at the age of 10, and he was taken to the boarding school at Haskell, and he never made it home. He passed away at the boarding school when he was about 11 years old. So I still hurts, and we want him home back to the Ponca tribe. And so this is why I'm here today to support this bill is, let them take care of their own.
I just want to extend my thanks, ask for your support for Senate Bill 405, but also tell you what an important thing this is for us. Representative Punkawee Victors talked about this being a sacred site, and that is definitely indeed what it is, because people like Joseph Parks, who is a historic person for our people and was a leader of the United States forces in the Second Seminole War, we remember him still to this day, and his family still exists. For us, this may seem a small matter for this committee, but for us, this is truly a historic and sacred event.
Relationships are not just linear. There may be a beginning and an ending, but just as the land we belong to was here before us and will go on after us, so are the dances of our spirits in the smoke of these sacred fires. Although I am not a member of the Shawnee tribe, I stand with them and believe they should be the caretakers of the sacred piece of land where their ancestors lay in rest and continue to belong to. Thank you.
But I'm also proud of our Shawnee people's history. While we were here in Kansas, we earned ourselves the nickname of the Loyal Shawnee because of our duty that we served bravely and honorably to the Union during the Civil War.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to say that I provided written testimony. I think that might have been a hiccup, but it was written proponent testimony, just echoing the words of my colleagues and Chief Barnes. And also the part of your testimony resonated with me was the sacrifice and honor of fighting for Kansas back in the day when it was slavery versus free state. And I think that's very honorable. And just wanted to put that out there. Thank you.
Representative Harnberger.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just for clarification, you said you're going to issue a letter. Just want clarification that you do not intend to build a casino.
Yes, we do not intend. This is
just want to get that on public record.
Absolutely will not. This is our families. We would be building it on their graves. That would be impossible. That would not be tenable nor moral. It would be immoral. That would never happen.
Yeah, because you would consider this holy ground.
This is definitely sacred site, holy ground.
Thank you very much. Other questions? Yes, Representative Wagner.
The cemetery, was it always exclusively a Shawnee cemetery? It was never used for general purposes for people in the area? Or was it always just distinctly, an Indian burial ground?
The Shawnee arrived here in the 1820s, in the 1824, I believe. Okay. And so prior to the Civil War, this would have been a non-white cemetery. So there would have been, Shawnees and Shawnee people from Shawnee communities. So there would have been, intermarried families, people that had intermarried that had come into our communities. My own ancestry includes African-American ancestry from our time in Kansas. And those people would have been buried with our families as well because they were our families. Now, whether they were full-blood Shawnees or not, I can't say. It's too far back in time to go back to 1824 and get those records. But this is definitely a family cemetery of a large Shawnee of the leaders of our nation at the time, which includes Joseph Parks and others.
You guys have anything you need to set down, feel free to put it on the chairs here. If you need to set anything down, you can put it on the chairs.
I'm going to sign in Senate Bill 405 law.
We passed the House and Senate unanimously. What bill does that in this day and age where you have no one from any party challenge the bill? So we were very pleased at the Kansas legislature, Senator Olson. We're very pleased at the Native Caucus in Kansas and all the other support. So I don't know if I would call it a victory. I think if it's a victory for those people that reside beneath the soil in the cemetery. That finally they're reunited with their Shawnee people.
We're trying to educate our young ones. It's another step in that progression, language, culture, history.